Hey everyone, Jared here. Now, I am finally talking about Pokemon Journeys. Said I would do it. I said it on my friend's video, and then now my most recent video. I won't lie, I was definitely not planning to do this, but after what I've been seeing the last couple episodes before the show finishes, oh my god, I'm doing this video because I was mad. I was seriously mad from what I was seeing. Like, these last couple episodes, when we see Ash on his last little adventures, this could have been him. This literally could have been him throughout the whole show. The whole show, but no, they messed it up. They messed it up so bad. So bad. Seriously, I watched Ash when he was at his best. I first saw one episode of the Battle Frontier series, of the Battle Frontier. I only watched one episode from what I can remember. It was only one episode when I was little. And then I did not watch anything after that. That was until Diamond and Pearl. When I watched the first episode of Diamond and Pearl, that's when I got hooked. I watched it, I liked it. I really liked it. And along with that, I saw episode 2 when Ash vs. Paul. I got hooked and I watched every single episode after that. That's how I got in. That's how I got into it. Then I stopped when it was over. I watched a bit of Black and White. I forgot about the show. And then with Greninja, Smash 4 with Greninja. Then I hear X and Y. I saw X and Y. I got excited for that one. Then they got mad. Then Sun and Moon. Don't even get me started with Sun and Moon. And now here we are with Journeys, which I thought it had hope, and it did, but they just failed. I stopped watching the show after the Darkest Day arc. Actually after the Mewtwo episode, because this was just bad. This show, oh my god, and the Masters, I can't believe it. They got our hopes so high up, but they just failed. They blew it. They blew it. So now I have right here a list of notes. I have this for a while now. This is a what if I took over the show. What if I took over the show and our direction was this to be Ash's last adventure, his last journey. This will be his last chance on the show before we move on from him. And since Pokemon Journeys was about breaking trends, that's what I'm going to do throughout this whole list. This is fixing Pokemon Journeys. So here we go. For starters, I am changing the name. I'm changing the name from Pokemon Journeys to Pokemon Masters. Now, reason why? Because it fits. It fits, because Ash wants to be a Pokemon Master. We still don't even know what that even is. It's just a made-up thing now. So, Pokemon Masters, that's what I'm calling this. Not to mix this up with Pokemon Masters EX or Pokemon Masters Quest. No, this is just straight, simple Pokemon Masters. The next change will be aging Ash. I think it's about time we age Ash. Seriously, not aging Ash is the dumbest thing ever. We have grown up with Ash for a long time. Even for those who are new to Pokemon, they don't know his whole journey. Okay, I know the original series is dated, very dated, but it's still kind of a good introduction, and you can actually see how much Ash has grown throughout the whole series until Black and White. So that's what I'm doing. I'm aging Ash. I'm gonna age. Okay, I'm gonna age Ash up to 15 years old. So yeah, about like 5 years. Gonna age him up to 5 years, age 15. That's around the time you're still pretty much a kid, but you're going into to the adult stage. It's a good mix, a good in between. The next change is the Darkest Day arc. The build up for Darkest Day was trash. It was terrible. It was garbage. It was garbage. Not even Leon's battles even make it up for it. No. Okay, so here's what I wrote for this. Okay, Team Rocket, along with Chairman Rose and old foes from other universes, plan to take over Galar and the world in search for the legendary Pokemon that brought the Darkest Day. Team Rocket, Chairman Rose, and old foes from other universes. So where am I going at with this? Well, for those who have played these games, you know where I'm going at with this. That is right. I am bringing Team Rainbow Rocket to the Galar region for the Darkest Day arc, and also Mewtwo. Putting Mewtwo into this. Bringing Mewtwo into this as well. But first, let's start off with Team Rainbow Rocket. Now, Team Rainbow Rocket, when this was revealed, back when Ultra Sun and Moon was still new, Team Rainbow Rocket was announced, and it was a good idea. It was a good idea. We're bringing all the old gens villains together into one game, and you get to fight all of them. That is genius. It's a genius idea. So yeah, it'll be like 5 years. Team Rocket has changed a lot. It's Team Rainbow Rocket now, not instead of just Team Rocket. It's Team Rainbow Rocket. So yeah, bringing all the old villains together, except for the Ruby and Sapphire evil teams. I'm just gonna change them to their Omega and Alpha and Oras versions, since we've already had their original versions a long time ago. So figured swap them in with their other counterparts, and also with Chairman Rose teaming up with Giovanni and the others. This would be really great. This would be really great to have all the villains together. Also, bringing Ash's companions back for this arc. Now Ash's companions, I'll get to them. But yes, Ash's old companions will be with this arc, and they will help face off all of the villains that are here. From Giovanni to the modern villain Chairman Rose. Now, I mentioned Mewtwo. We all saw Mewtwo, but he was after the Darkest Day arc. I definitely feel like Mewtwo should have been a part of the Darkest Day arc, since Mewtwo was created from at Team Rocket's base, and now that they are back and causing trouble again, I think this would be a good time for him to return and team up with Ash. This would have been an epic thing to build up to. Like, have Team Rocket like spread out throughout all of the regions and built up to the Darkest Day arc. That would have been good. It would have just been like the old days. So yeah, that's my idea for the Darkest Day arc, and just have Team Rainbow Rocket. Okay, now the World Coronation Series. it will be the same. It will pretty much be the same, pretty much. But this time I figured I bring some old characters and some new characters into this. Here's what I pick for Ash's opponents. Okay, now as for the Master Z, I am changing the Master Z. I'm changing this. I'm making this show even longer than it already is. So, for Master Z, this time it'll be more like the Elite Four. This will be more like Elite Four. But instead of Elite Four, I guess you could say this is like the Elite Eight. But instead of the Elite Four members, it's actually champions. After Ash defeats Raihan in the Master class. So yeah, we all know the champions: Lance, Steven, Alder, Iris, Alon, Diantha, Cynthia, and Leon. And also, to make this more longer than it already is, making this a 6v6 on all of it, on all the champions and all the matches. Just make it a 6v6. That way the battles will be longer. It will show some new strategies that Ash has in store, and as well as for the champions, since they are known for being most overpowered, especially Cynthia, since she was the most broken and terrifying character in the show, just like in the games. Just like in the games, they did the same thing in the show to make it more terrifying. And also, that's another thing that bugs me, is the battles. The battles can be more creative. Ash is known for creativity during his battles. He's known for thinking outside the box, but he doesn't do it that much in here. Okay, next thing. Actually show Leon beating champions. Like, I would like to see like one episode where Leon battles Cynthia, which, okay, well, let me be honest. Cynthia is the actual world champion. Leon is not. He's not the best. Cynthia is the best because she's the most overpowered freaking champion ever. She's just the better champion. She's the better champion, the perfect champion. She would have been the perfect world champion, but no. Well, no, it had to be Leon because Gen 8. They call him the strongest, but no. In my opinion, he's not the strongest. So yeah, like I said, Leon, have Leon battle champions. That way show off his strengths. Also, another thing, the reason why I'm making this the whole Masters 8 a 6v6, because I don't believe defeating one Pokemon or just a few Pokemon would prove that you defeat a champion. No, it has to be a full 6v6. It has to be full. If you don't battle them in a full 6v6, you're not battling them at their best. You're not battling them at their when they're at their best, and that's why I'm putting a 6v6. And also, Ash can rotate his teams during each fight. If he just used the same Pokemon in each battle, I'm pretty sure everyone would catch on how he battles. So yeah, it's a good thing that he can mix up whatever he wants. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Ash's Pokemon. Alright, so for Ash's Pokemon, I'm gonna evolve a few of his old Pokemon in this show. Just a few of his old Pokemon. Now, here are the Pokemon I'll be evolving. Typhlosion, Ivysaur, Garchomp, Duat, and Scrafty. Just those 5. Those 5 will evolve in this show. Sorry for those who want Savvy to evolve, but no. And other characters other Pokemon I'll be evolving. But I'm picking these 5 that will evolve into this show. For good reasons. For Typhlosion, I feel like he belongs into one of Ash's powerhouses. He's mainly ever since as a Cyndaquil, it has shown that it is a powerhouse. Like, it took down a Steelix. And it has shown, and we have seen it battle in other ways. It even evolved before. It even evolved before the Pokemon League started in the Sinnoh. In Sinnoh, I was like it this way because it will show him as a powerhouse. He wouldn't rival up to Charizard or Sceptile or anything like that. No, not like that. But just to show that he is just as strong and can compete with the other fire types as well. Now, Ivysaur. Bulbasaur has stayed a Bulbasaur for quite some time, and yeah, he's mostly known for. He was the first Pokemon to be known for the Pokemon that refuses to evolve, and I figured now would be a good time for Bulbasaur to evolve. Now, the way he evolved, for him to evolve, I thought of him like protecting when Pokemon were in danger, and he sees how powerless he is. He's not as strong since he's mostly just been staying at Professor Oak's lab at Professor Oak's ranch, and he sees Pokemon that are in danger. So as his role as guardian or protector, he will be forced into evolving, and now it's his choice. It is his choice. For he would think that now will be the right time to evolve. Now will be the right time to evolve into Ivysaur in order to protect his friends. That's what I'm rolling with. It fits his character. It fits its character. And I just like this approach more. Now, Garchomp. Okay. Gibble will evolve off screen. He'll evolve off screen, mostly just during training with Ash and other Pokemon. I figured this would be a good surprise for everyone. Like what? Gibble evolve off screen? Okay, yeah, it'll be a bit disappointing, but hey, we'll at least get to see him evolve into Garchomp. So yeah, as for him evolving into Garchomp, that would have to be that I am still thinking about. Either against Team Rockets or during the World Carnation series, but I think during Team Rocket would be better. Since for the World Carnation series, I kind of want to focus on the new Pokemon as well as mixing with the old Pokemon. Okay, now, his returning Pokemon. Yes, I am bringing back his returning Pokemon. And now, we already know who they are. These are the Pokemon that he has let go in the past. And now, here they are, returning. Okay, so Pidgeot. So yeah, now as for Primate, we meet him for another pre-1 Grand Prix tournament. Ash gets an invitation to this tournament, and one of his Pokemon will be fighting in this tournament, and Primate will join Ash during this. Well, not during, after the pre-1 Grand Prix. He sees how Ash has gotten stronger and how strong. And you see that he has been training his Pokemon well, and he wants to go back adventuring with Ash, so he can take on more challenging opponents than he has fought during the ring. Next is a Butterfree. Now, for this one, I figured this would be a more like a peaceful return. Just have Ash hanging out with Butterfree again, and having them catch up and catching up, playing around and battle each other to see how Butterfree has grown. Like, have Butterfree like explain to like new moves that it has learned all by itself. I figured that would be really great, and maybe Ash might propose for them to journey again, or this could be just this like one thing. Now for Lapras, I already have an idea for Lapras, but so I'll return to Lapras after I mention Ash's new team. But yeah, let me get back. I'll get back to Lapras soon. I promise. I promise. Further Ninja, he'll return to Ash's. He'll return back to Ash. Finally, after this, he finds the main core of the roots and finally destroys it for good, because that was the worst plot line you can do for getting rid of a freaking cool Pokemon that should have won a league. So yeah, Greninja returns back to Ash, joins the rest of the Pokemon at Professor Oak's ranch. Time to move on to Ash's newest Pokemon. Now, let me be clear. Okay, sorry. Now let me be clear. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, for Ash's newest team, here they are. As you can see, most of his team is exactly like his Journeys team, except Dragonite is now Dragonair. Now, why did I pick Dragonair over Dragonite? Well, personally, I just like Dragonair over Dragonite. Sorry. I just like Dragonair more than Dragonite. And since Ash is known for not fully evolving his Pokemon, figured apply that here as well. Instead of the way he got the Pokemon in Journeys, I'm gonna change them up. Now, Ash rescues an Eevee from a Team Rocket base, but Eevee doesn't trust Ash. Even though Ash captured it to save it, Eevee doesn't trust Ash since it was stuck with Team Rocket for so long. It doesn't trust humans anymore. It doesn't trust humans. This Eevee finds every human evil, but over time, when it's with Ash, it will see that Ash is a good person, and he's not as bad as the others would seem. Now, as it grows more to trust Ash, it will go out of its way to protect Ash from harm. So, by protecting Ash, it will show its progress by evolving into an Espeon. Now, we all wanted Ash to. There are Pokemon fans who wanted Ash to have an Espeon, since Ash is mostly represented by red, and that is kind of the reason why I picked Ivysaur, having Bulbasaur evolve with Ivysaur. So yeah, same thing. So yeah, kind of another reason why I want having Ash get an Espeon. Next is a Gengar. Now oh boy, here we go. If we all remember from the original series, well, for those who don't know, Ash had made a ghost type friend that was a Haunter. He made friends with a Haunter, and that Haunter stayed with Sabrina. So Sabrina, I figured, caught it. Sabrina caught it, and when she's about to before she faces Ash, she asked him to go on a short mini quest to catch a certain Pokemon that she is interested in order to wait for him to battle her. And so once Ash gets this Pokemon, he gets this certain Pokemon. He returns back to Sabrina. They battle. Sabrina reveals that she has trained Haunter. She caught Haunter and she's trained it. And Haunter still remembers Ash. And so after the battle, Sabrina trades Haunter for the Pokemon Ash for the Pokemon she made Ash get. So when they make a trade, Haunter will evolve. Haunter returns and is now Ash's Pokemon, and it's now a Gengar. So that's how I'm getting Gengar into this. Next is Tyranitar. Now Ash meets Tyranitar when Tyranitar is fighting against Pokemon hunters. Ash helps Tyranitar out. And then Tyranitar all of a sudden gives Ash a big hug out of nowhere. And Ash is shocked by this and confused. But that's when he starts remembering the Larvitar he had raised back then. And so they saved some Pokemon from Pokemon hunters, but that's not the only Pokemon Ash runs in. He's not the only old friend Ash runs into. This is when Lapras comes in. Now Lapras is also fighting against some Pokemon hunters since Lapras's family is getting caught by Pokemon hunters. And that's when Ash and Tyranitar come in. They help out Lapras. Ash introduced Tyranitar to Lapras and tell them how they got to be together, how they met, and how things have been going. So Lapras leaves. They say goodbye. Lapras leaves. Ash also leaves, but he turns back around and he asks Tyranitar, "Do you want to come back? Do you want to come back with me so we can journey together again?" Tyranitar goes in for a big hug and said, giving Ash the answer, a big yes. So Tyranitar joins Ash's team. Next is Dragonair. Now Dragonair, when he sees his next opponent for the World Coronation Series is Claire, he will battle her, and right after the battle, Claire will tell Ash that he has passed her test. Yes. Instead of having the whole testing in the games, Claire will be giving the test, and for her battle, she will request a dragon type battle. Just battling with dragon types. So yeah, after the battle, Ash gets a Dratini after the battle. Claire awards him with a Dratini, and he asks Ash to take care of it. He also takes care of it. They travel around, helps train it as well, and eventually it will evolve into a Dragonair. Now, for Lucario, Ash meets Lucario while training for his rematch against Bay. Yes, I'm keeping Ash's loss against Bay in this. So, yeah, Ash goes out to the Sinnoh region, and this will be like a day or two after his match against two opponents he faced in the World Coronation Series. So yeah, you kind of already know where I'm hinting at with this. Ash runs into Lucario while Ash was still training. He runs into Lucario, and Lucario attacks Ash, and Ash battles back. And that's when his head starts to sting a bit. He starts to remember something from a long time ago. And that's when Lucario feels the same thing. And so when Ash and Lucario look at each other, they get the strange feeling that they've met before. And that's when they both remembered They've met before, a long time ago. Yes, this is the same Riolu from Diamond and Pearl. I'm using that version over this new version because I prefer this version. It already learned Aura Sphere and as a Riolu, and this would have been perfect for Ash. Now that it's a Lucario now, it will journey with Ash. After certain events with Team Rocket, of course, Lucario will ask to join Ash's team, and Ash will agree. But this time, we're gonna do something a bit different. This will be different. Wanna know why? Ash will ask Lucario if Lucario can teach Ash how to use Aura. Yes. This time, Ash is asking Lucario to teach him. Now this is another break in trending. Having Lucario teach Ash how to use Aura, I'd say this is definitely a big game changer here. So this way, Ash and Lucario, they can train together, learn about each other, and Ash will learn how to use Aura. He will learn how to use Aura. We've seen him use Aura a couple times, but now that he has Lucario helping him how to teach him how to use Aura, he can now use Aura to sense people from a distance, or sense Pokemon. Sense people and Pokemon from a distance. So yeah, a big changer. Even though Ash will still help Lucario train. It will just mostly Ash will still be training with Lucario, and it'll just be a back and forth thing. Ash will help Lucario train for battles, and Lucario will help Ash train in his Aura and how to control Aura and how to use it. And that is also later on, as I mentioned, with Greninja, helping Greninja take out the main roots, those root things, those stupid root things. So yeah, keeping the same thing here. Sort of like in the show, but yeah. So yeah, that's my version of this Lucario. It's the Riolu from Sinnoh that he's run into, and yeah. Okay, I'm almost done. Luckily, these are the last 3 Pokemon I'll be talking about. Okay, so Ash runs into a wild Grookey. His first time in Galar. It's the first time in the Galar region. He runs into a Grookey. He runs into a Grookey that likes to cause a bit of trouble. So it likes to cause a bit of trouble. So kind of like in the show, when they meet Scorbunny, but except Scorbunny, it's a Grookey. So yeah, it's Grookey, and Ash chases after it steals his food or takes his hat, whichever. So yeah, Grookey takes his hat, takes Ash's hat, causes some trouble, but Grookey's not a bad Pokemon. It just likes to have fun. That's all. Ash catches it, and the two of them get along together. They get along together, and also turns out Grookey is a big battler itself as well. So yeah, nothing too major, nothing too big. Next is Surfetch. Now, I'm keeping the same way Ash got Farfetch in the show. I'm keeping that in, except Pikachu. maybe instead of Pikachu, maybe either Primate or or Grookey would fight against Surfetch and yeah, so that's how Ash gets Surfetch. So yeah, keeping Surfetch is the same way that he was originally caught. And last but not least is Dracofish. Dracofish will be caught out of a Pokemon research breakout when kind of like in the Diamond and Pearl when there was a lab breakout with the fossil Pokemon. Kind of same thing for Dracofish, except this time Ash catches Dracofish. And Dracofish is scared and runs wild and it attacks and it'll attack everything around it whenever it gets out of its Pokeball. And Ash will help train it. And Ash will help train Dracofish into adjusting to the modern era, and they could work things out, kind of like how he does with the other ancient Pokemon. And yeah, that is it. All right, so those are the changes I made for Pokemon Journeys. Now, as for Pokemon Journeys itself, we all know the show's not that good. But if it was like this, this show would be much better. It'd be much better, well paced. We have some new and old things together, and we already breaking the trends as well. So yeah. As for Ash's last journey, this will be the best way for the show to end than what we originally got. Oh my god, I ended up talking a lot during this. Holy crap. So yeah, this is my version of Pokemon Journeys. Now calling it Pokemon Masters. I figured this would be the best way for Ash to end off his journeys as well. That is all I have in the notes that I wrote down, and what I have for my version of Pokemon Journeys, and what if I directed it, and what if I directed this? What if I directed Journeys, and would it be like this? And yeah, this will be just like this. Okay, before I forget, I kind of forgot about this, but I forgot that one more thing. Well, a couple more things. So let me get a couple more things out of the way. Now, Ash's old companions, they do return. Ash's old companions, they all return, all of them, from the original series all the way till Sun and Moon, bringing all of them back along with old rivals, some old and new Pokemon. Well, I guess right now considering old Pokemon, since we're now in Gen 9. So yeah. And also, what else? Oh yeah, Go. Go will be in this version as well, but he will be an up and coming trainer. He'll just be a brand new up and coming trainer. His goal is still the same. Search for Mew, but I figured Ash will be more like an inspiration for him. He'll be more of an inspiration and bit of a mentor figure to Go than how he did in the show. for the last episode, when this show finishes off, we'll see Go getting his first Pokemon, into his first step into his journey, and that is when Go takes over, and that will save off for Pokemon Journeys, the actual thing. It will just be Go and Chloe for that. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, there we go. That is it. That is it. Finally done. I said a lot. Anyway, that is it. This is JR logging out, and bye.